G'day guys, Dan from DK Stainless. Today we are going to go through the assembly and the install of our adjustable tub rack. Today we're going to use a trailer, but it's virtually the exact same install for the back of the style sides or any other installation. So for this installation, you will require a few basic tools. A drill, 5mm Allen key, 13mm spanner, 13mm socket, various drill bits. I recommend a 3mm, 5mm, 9mm and a deburring drill bit, or if you have a step drill that works too. A pen and the fixings that we supply. The only other thing that you will need is some sort of mat, towel or sheet just to protect the powder coated parts so they don't get damaged. Alright guys, I always find it easier to lay the parts out. That way you know exactly what you have and then it's very easy to assemble. The parts you're going to need are these 4 mounting legs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then your upright legs, 1, 2, 3, and 4. First things first, slide these in, making sure you get this correct orientation of the actual mounting bracket itself. Put your first screw in. I should note that with this demo installation, we're just using normal nuts. The nuts that will be supplied are the nylock nuts. Don't need to do them up completely tight, we just need to get them in there snug. You have to allow a little bit of movement when we install these onto the trailer or a vehicle. Once all these legs are done, now we can move on to the middle model. These legs really just slide straight in. I recommend not putting any screws or bolts into these because you'll need to adjust these once it goes onto the actual vehicle or trailer. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Now we're ready to put our sides on. Let's do these sides one at a time. See the sides sit on like this. Just get these bolts ready and then we'll just lift it up into position I should say. Again, we don't have to nip these up tight. Just finger tight is fine, like so. It's just to stop these things from coming apart. Grab the other side, make sure they're level, or approximately level anyway. Alright, once these sides are on, now you need to grab a helper so you can lift up both sides, chuck on your trailer or your style sides and mark the holes to mount this thing. So guys, as we lift this, just be very mindful not to pull out too far because these are only just sitting in there. Once you've got it in the exact location, I'm going to line mine up with this little headboard. We can then go through and mark our mounting holes. Now, before you get to this, if you prefer, you can put some foam tape down, which I would recommend doing on the style sides. That way, if there is any rubbing, it won't start to rub through the actual paintwork. This being on the trailer, I'm not worried, but I do recommend putting some foam tape down. Whenever drilling into metal, I always recommend starting with a small drill bit. This will be your 3, 3.5 or 4mm drill bit, and go through and pilot drill all of the holes. Once you've drilled all the pilot holes, then you can either go up in drill bit size. I recommend then going to a 6 and then to a 9mm, or you can go into a step drill. On this step drill, I've actually marked the actual hole size required, so I don't go larger than that. Once all those holes are drilled, now we can replace the adjustable tub rack, put it on, we can start bolting it down. Perfect. Alright, now we can go through and hand tighten all of these screws. Just chuck them in, and same with all the other screws. Just do them up finger tight. That way we have just room for movement. Okay guys, now that you've got the tub rack installed with all the bolts hand tight, or finger tight I should say, now we can go through and focus on these middle mullions and just line them up to make sure they're equal length, and then we can put our bolts through there. The easiest way to line up this middle mullion and make it equal either side is just to measure each side. So I've got 180 on this specific trailer. I've got 180 on this side. I've got 184 on this side. So all I need to do is just move this 2 mil, and that means it's even. Like so. Yeah. Once that's in the middle and all lined up, you can then go put in your 4 bolts. Now it doesn't matter which top round holes you go, I'm just going to go second from the end. Put one on each side. Now we just repeat that same process to the opposite side. It's always good just to double check and re-measure just to make sure. So now 182, that's 184. So it's 2 mil difference. There you go, 183. Perfect. Now just repeat the same process. Second one in and just finger tighten the screws. Now that all of our mounting screws are all finger tight, the last 2 parts to go on here are our actual top trays. When mounting these trays, you can see here that the front actually angled up. That goes to the front. And now we repeat the same process. We measure it and double check to make sure we just line everything up perfectly. Here we go. On this specific trailer, it's about 20 millimeters. Again, just finger tight. I'm mounting it on the middle mullion. I'm getting the first ob round on that middle mullion. And then the last mounting hole. Now we have every single part installed on the adjustable tub rack. Now we can go through and do everything up with your 5mm Allen key and your 13mm socket. Make sure you do these up quite tight, guys. I'm just going through each side along the top and going all the way back. That way I just don't miss any. Alright guys, and there you have it. Here's how to install or assemble and install one of our adjustable tub racks. you have any other questions or dramas with the installation, please get in touch with us at info@dkstainless.com.au.